Howdy, folks. It is Diecastbuffet here again, and welcome back to a very, very unique NASCAR Diecast review. Today, this is a very obscure car that a lot of the, I would say, the vintage diecast collectors would find interesting. This is a 2002 Bobby Hamilton. Really, it's actually a Greg Biffle car, right? And I'll be talking about that in a little bit. But this is one of Greg Biffle's first ever starts in the Cup Series way back in 2002. He filled in for Bobby Hamilton, and he actually drove this car at the 2002 race. So it's pretty interesting that he was a Ford driver and that he was running for what, the Truck Championships, the Busch Championships for the Roush program. And here he is driving a Monte Carlo for the enemy. So it's kind of funny. So anyways, this is a Looney Tunes paint scheme that they ran for the 02, what is it, Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400. But they had a big partnership with the Looney Tunes. They were building up the hype for their new movie that featured Jeff Gordon in it and whatnot. So obviously the Chevrolet drivers had the characters on it, and they had a whole slew of them. So you got Schneider Electric right here. Got the Monte Carlo 400 logo. This team is actually Annie Petrie's team. So you know the Annie Petrie that works at RCR, former Dale Senior crew chief. This was actually his race team that he had back in the 2000s. Beautiful paint scheme. And I truly think I'd love to see a throwback to this. Kind of like how the JRM cars have done some throwbacks to the Tasmanian Devil cars. I think this would be a fun throwback. But you can see kind of have like this Martian red background with kind of a, I guess you could say like a kind of a sun white background with a very deep space black. You could even see some of the stars on it. I mean, think about it. This is a 2002 paint scheme, and it is so freaking cool, man. The creativity is off the charts. I got Chevrolet Monte Carlo right there. Notice it doesn't have the Chevrolet badge there. That's pretty interesting to me. So you got Moog, Clevine, Cop, Simpson, Edelbrock, JE, and Union 76. Obviously, this car is used. This was the only 55 car I had in my collection, so this was used in almost every diecast race you can imagine. So you got Bobby Hamilton there. Again, this car was a one-off paint scheme that was ran with Greg Biffle. And again, it's just so unique to think that he was a Roush driver pretty much his entire career. But no, his first ever start in a Chevrolet was not in the Gen 7 era. It was actually back in the Gen 4 season of 2002. That looks like a Mercury logo. I don't know what that is. You got Square D, got Schneider Electric. I mean, look at the detail of this. You got the lasers and stuff. I mean, what a cool looking paint scheme, bro. Very reminiscent of the Star Wars stuff. I got, what is it, Marvin the Martian there, number 55. Believe it or not, the 55 with Bobby Hamilton, this is one of the most forgotten wins in NASCAR 2000s history. But in 2001, at the Aaron's 499, the first restrictor plate race after the infamous 01 500, Bobby Hamilton actually won that race. No one remembers that one. They want to talk about every other, plate race of the 2000s, but no one remembers the 01 Talladega Spring race that the 55 car actually won. I got the Goodyear logo right there. True Value, NASCAR Cup Series, Bootleg Pole Award logo, a crap load of decals. I mean, look at this. You got Infograms, EA Sports, Union 76, Gatorade, Waste Management. I mean, so many amazing logos. Just really, really throwback. Mechanics for Jessel, Goodyear, 3M, Outback, Rebestos, True Value, Holly. Really, really cool stuff. I mean, you got contingencies all over this Chevrolet. And you go over the back end of the car. I do believe this is a decal placement issue, but again, they made so many of the Looney Tunes cars back in those years. I remember seeing the Looney Tunes cars. Again, these are Winter Circle ones. They had a partnership with Warner Brothers, and they made like the children's cars. So you would see Kevin Harvick, you would see maybe Steve Park, Robbie Gordon. You would see obviously like Mike Skinner. You would see in this case Bobby Hamilton. I mean, I believe all of them except maybe for I think the Dale Jr. one. Yeah, they had the Hendrick Motorsports ones. Jimmy Johnson, Terry Labonte, Jeff Gordon, all kinds of them. I don't have the Jeff Gordon one, but man, I have the majority of them. You got Square D right there and Marvin the Martian right there. This paint scheme's also featured on NASCAR Thunder 2003, which is based on the 2002 season. And again, you can see how the artwork's different right here with the character. And you go on this side, it's different. Love to see that. Really cool looking paint scheme here, guys. I mean, just the red, the black, and kind of the white background alone would make a fantastic looking race car. right? I love this paint scheme, man. One of the coolest race cars from that year. And again, this car is used, so obviously you're going to see some scratches. Truth be told, if I really wanted to, I could touch up a lot of these, the black paint and stuff, and then I could put a nice new clear coat on it. But this is one of my favorite cars from my childhood. So obviously I want to keep it kind of original. This is made on a very strong mold. This is the Winter Circle mold. So this die-cast quality, I would compare it a lot to how the Hot Wheels cars are made. They're very high quality stuff. So this one really don't need an extra clear coat or anything. You got to get a different artwork piece right here on the deck lid. What a beautiful, beautiful car. And here's the underneath carriage of the die-cast. Interesting to note, it does have two holes in the die-cast plastic chassis as if it was going on a base, which I don't even know if they really made any die-cast in 2002 that required a base, because yes, they made like the elite hood opening ones and whatnot for like Dale Earnhardt Jr. and company, but I don't think they ever made any in the Winter Circle in '02. It was only up until '04 when they started to make things such as like the Coors Light cars, the Budweiser cars, Miller Lite X, Y, and Z. But yeah, definitely a forgotten paint scheme. But a lot of people will think that Greg Biffle, you know, started his career out in the Cup Series only driving Fords. No, he actually made some starts with the 55 cam, which is really, really interesting. But yeah, what a cool-looking paint scheme. If you needed a good throwback idea, look no further. This would make a fantastic-looking throwback, bro. One of the coolest paint schemes from 2002, and it's crazy to think that this car is 20 years old. I mean, it's just like, it's unbelievable. I remember seeing these things. The Looney Tunes cars, they made so many of them, right? They were probably one of the most overproduced lines in 2002. I remember seeing these things still on the store shelves in like '05, '06, and '07. Now imagine your NASCAR Authentics cars. Imagine like Wave, I don't know, whatever from 2018 still in the stores in 2022 or 2023. That's pretty much how many of these things were actually made. But nonetheless, what a beautiful, beautiful car. This one's got a little bit of damage on that right rear. Probably was stepped on it one time or another. But nonetheless, thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a huge thumbs up for a little bit of a throwback review. Why not? Have a little bit of a throwback here today. And, of course, for all your die-cast shopping needs, if you want to save on shipping, make sure to check out the promo code down below, guys. Any orders $30 or more, use the code DIECASTbuffet over there at Circle B Diecast. And plenty of sales, you'll save $5 on shipping. So, with all that being said, folks, this Bobby Hamilton, Greg Biffle diecast is really freaking cool. Have a great one, everybody. Diecast Buffet, signing off.